Attention! All things shared in this video are simply the opinions of the Unexplained Files. The following footage is not tampered with, and all of the events and reactions are unplanned and genuine.
Good evening everyone, we hope you are all doing well. We want to welcome you back to another one of our reaction videos. Tonight we're going to be reacting to a video by Watchmojo called Top 10 Most Haunted Moments. We did one of these before and I will link the playlist to the reaction videos in an iCard, maybe at the end of the video, so if you want to check out more you can do that. But I say for now, let's get into it.
Play it to me again.
So that's quite interesting, that.
Welcome to Watchmojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 unbelievable most haunted moments.
He said,
Unbelievable. Derek sometimes gets possessed.
Number 10, evacuated. During an investigation of Tamworth Castle, the team search ground to a complete halt after the fire alarm dramatically goes off.
Fire alarm dramatically goes off, as opposed to the fire alarm calmly going off.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! It's an old fire alarm system, and fire alarms can be notoriously flighty, often set off by something completely harmless.
Apart from something that did.
Well, yeah, someone's kicked it off. It is an old system, so who
Yeah,
knows what
it
it
could be
was.
like false alarm or, you know.
Maybe, yeah. It is weird, but then in a situation that big, all the lights are still on. There's still, as they came out of the castle, there's still a load of people around. They could have just set off an alarm and did a test run of the alarms.
Yeah.
I don't know. Naturally, because of the drama in these shows, I automatically want to go, bullshit! But
Yes.
goodness
Well,
knows.
let's see what else we got.
We've checked all the detectors, and the detector that goes off flashes a little red light. None of the detectors are flashing, so none of them have been activated.
In fact, the system hasn't even indicated the location in the building that triggered it. Yvette's quick to blame a pesky ghost, perhaps showing them a sign that it can't be bothered putting up with them anymore. Number 9, Francis.
Francis!
Francis!
You're Francis, are you?
The late Derek Acora was a fixture in the early episodes of Most Haunted, thanks to his volatile possessions in practically every episode. However, one of his most memorable came during the 2004 Easter edition of Most Haunted Live, in which...
Is it just me or does Yvette look like she's trying not to piss herself right there?
Yeah.
I like the idea that you've just got a mate you take to the pub and you have to warn everyone about him, just being like, careful, he gets a bit possessed every now and then, and he's just in the corner screaming,
Francis!
you can't leave him for 2 seconds.
I'd feel weird if someone was in a room, like a supposed haunted building
Yeah.
with that going on, because you'd just be like, they could just fucking go looping, do anything.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be like, you're not coming this time.
He'd be like, you can stay at home, we don't need any of that bollocks. Thanks mate, cheers.
she was supposedly taken over by an angry ghost named Francis.
You pussy.
Oh,
am I? You don't scare me.
You pussy.
Am I? I don't think so.
You
No, I'm not. So tell me. You don't scare me one bit. No, you don't scare me. Don't come near me because you don't scare me.
Yvette was put in a horrible position when the ghost's rage picked her as a target.
Take thy hand off me, wench.
No, you don't scare me. Come on, what's your surname?
Do you reckon Carl was pretty pissed off after going, he fucking bullshitted the old shit, he's just called my wife Icy.
I suppose it's good for entertainment purposes, but personally, I don't think there's anything.
It's hard enough to believe all the stuff that goes on in this show as it is. And we've seen them live and it's still like,
Yeah, I've seen a few things they've caught up that seem like pretty legit, but
I remember when we were on the podcast with G-Star and Monty, they showed a clip from Most Haunted and it was the shot where the camera was placed on like a windowsill thing, pointing down a corridor. And there was that weird figure that went up the stairs. And my first thought was, if someone's holding the camera and it's moving around, I can quite confidently say it's very unlikely they faked that. But if the camera was still, that's when you can get an overlaid shot quite easily.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's so convenient that everything happens just off camera and just in the right way. And like, you know, we went to their live show about a month ago now, and seeing some of the clips of like buildings seemingly collapsing around them, it really does make it hard to take what they do seriously. And Derek Acorah never helped that.
But yeah, I suppose it's just the entertainment value, because they've got like a massive fan base, haven't they?
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
They're doing something right in that respect, but as in legit paranormal activity,
Well, they've been around for a long time, and you know, there's always going to be a group of people that no matter what you do, if they're your fans, they're your fans, sort of thing. No, it is for entertainment purposes, but whether I believe it, like full stop.
But it's like, even at the start of, I don't know about all of them, but more of the recent videos I've seen, it says on there, this is not for entertainment purposes only. We like fully endorse our investigations or something like that.
If it's not for entertainment, why are you editing it and putting all this dramatic music and attention on it? Like, it is for entertainment, whether they like it or not. There is an element of that. But then again, our videos have got editing. There's dramatic music in parts of some of our investigations, so I understand it. There's just a level that you need to be aware of. Another thing, so I saw a comment, I don't know if it was on this video, but on another video of theirs, where it said, although it may or may not be faked, one thing to remember is that both Yvette and Carl are trained actors, and Derek Acorah clearly had a bit of that going on. So even if it's not necessarily faked what's happening, the fear and the sort of tension that people create may not be there as well, and that really does change how an investigation turns out. If you're sitting there and the smallest bumps and bangs are making you scream and sprint away, makes for a really big and grand video. If you stand there and things are getting thrown and you barely even shuffle, and you're just like, that is what it is, it wouldn't make a crazy interesting video. So it would probably get less attention than something where less happened, but there's a bigger reaction to it. And these guys are the pinnacle of that.
6. Visiting Corrie.
I mean, it's now you look at it, we're outside and it's a great atmosphere and bright, but I can tell you that when you're filming late at night, sometimes when you're walking down the cobbles, it's quite a spooky place.
Even stranger than the infamously haunted theme park gift shop is an infamously haunted television set. But the old set of Coronation Street, one of the UK's most popular soap operas, has long been rumoured to be haunted.
But by what? It's a set.
Before it was demolished.
I've gone really cold, am I? Okay.
Long before that, the most haunted crew were sent in to investigate. It's haunted not only by former cast members, but crew members too, not to mention the supposed large graveyard that used to exit on the same site.
You're absolutely.
Number 5.
See, if something like that happened, you'd go in there and look around, so you could
would.
show that there's no one in there.
Yeah, and I think it's different when you're, so like say the guests, when the guests have got cameras, which rarely happens, they're not going to be thinking, I need to film this. Right. But these guys, like Carl and like the sort of the hosts of the show, they've been doing this for a long time. You know what to film and how to film it. Like, even when we've had moments where our cameras have gone out, like the Appledore one where the night vision camera went out, we still had another camera that was usable the whole time, 2 other cameras that were usable, because you're there to film, that's the point of it. And to me it just feels so a bit not as genuine as it could be, because he knows, go in there, people might not believe this, film everything, like he knows that without doubt. So not filming kind of feels like I need to show enough but not too much of how this has happened so we can still sell it. Yeah. That's the vibe it gives me. Not saying that is the case, but it really puts out that vibe. Yeah. Because they know what they're doing. Like, they've done this for many, many years. Yeah.
During investigations of both Lois...
Oh, Jesus, I unplugged my headphones, I got that excited. As if you're going to have a knife just sitting there on your foot. Where did it...
Okay, let's assume it was thrown. It's clearly come off a counter or something. You've got a bunch of people around a table. Usually your knees would be up to the bottom of the table, or maybe it'd be like up a little bit. Where's it getting in from? How's it getting, like, it's not just going to materialise there.
I don't know if they're sitting in some kitchen area or what. But
well, even if they are, it's come from a shelf or a cabinet or a counter or something.
Yeah.
In which case, how's it gone there? Like, it's not there. What they're saying is that it has been thrown, but from where? No, it's not gone between people's legs or what. Like,
and just to have landed like that, resting
point
against
down
someone's foot.
Yeah, not just like laid there or nothing. Like, point down there. Like, I don't know about you. If I was sat in there, I shuffle. I'd be moving around. I'd feel something against my foot. It's never like, it wasn't a fork. It wasn't a spoon. It was a knife of all things. Like, the one thing that's going to draw attention. Like, I find it always quite funny how these things that are found, it's never just a mundane random object, the first thing something could throw. It's a knife or it's a glass or something like that. The stereotypical scary things that could happen.
And you'd think, you know, obviously with them doing that kind of stuff, you'd think if you're doing something like that, you'd have like one camera set up in the corner so you get a view of the whole kitchen or as much as you can, so you'd be picking up anything that whoever's filming at the time might have missed if they're facing a different way. But
another thing as well is if it's a quiet room, yes, you're gonna have people whispering and maybe the odd shuffle from people moving, but usually when you do something like that, it's very quiet in the room. You know, when we went to Bodmin jail, there was people sat at a table with a Ouija board, a lot more people in that room than the kitchen that they were in. Bigger room, more space to echo, more people, and it was dead quiet, like dead silent. And so how you haven't heard a knife come out of a block and then on the floor round the knife. And another point as well, if they're even said on the live show, one thing they always do if ever they sit at a table, they sit there and they put one foot against the person next to you so you know that nothing's moving or nothing's going on. Just convenient that wasn't done there, something that they apparently always do.
Of an auditory phenomenon, usually the voice of an alleged ghost. When Most Haunted started using them, they got this particularly dramatic recording.
What did we get?
Right, well, we got some really good voices actually that came through.
It happened when one of the crew, Fred, was performing a vigil, asking questions of any spirits that happened to be present. And he got quite a shocking answer when the ghost tells Fred to say what you want to me.
Because when Fred was asking questions earlier, we got something saying, say what you want to me.
Oh.
Listening back to the clip,
I can somewhat hear it, but
what did they expect from a derelict funeral parlour?
now that part I find more believable than most of the other things that have come through on here. Because we've had growls and things come through, so we've got first-hand experience with like strange audio stuff. That was through a camera though, not through like
I've recorded loads of EVPs in the past, and also I believe there's something to it.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's ghosts or not, I don't know. But
I mean, the thing is they've got a lot of like walkie-talkies and things that is transmitting signal, so there's a lot of potential interference. I don't know if that would cause anything, but that's something to be considerate of. And another thing as well is I don't like the way that he tells you what it is before you hear it.
Well, yeah,
I would have much preferred if you just heard it and make of it what you can.
I listened to a thing on YouTube once, and I'm just trying to remember what it was now. It had these words, but then it had different words, and then it was playing the same audio over, and then it said read each word while it plays through, and then every time you read each line it sounded exactly the same as what he's reading, because
your brain's trying to recognise it,
so
it
if
forms
someone suddenly points out, oh, this is what that said, then
you're going to hear it. Because I've seen those things every now and then where it's like you think either it tells you what you're going to hear or it tells you to think a certain way, and it'll be the same sound playing over and over, but you're going to hear what you think. It's like that. There was a signal ages ago, a sound that was going around on the internet. It was a bit like, do you remember that whole black and white versus white and gold dress? Whatever the fuck it was. There was that. It was a bit like that, but it was something called Yanni or Laurel, and it was just a sound that played.
Right.
And some people heard the sound Yanni, some people heard Laurel. when I was listening to it, I didn't really hear anything until I thought about it, and then depending on what I was thinking about, that's what I'd hear. And it is very much that way. Your brain will interpret a signal and it will try and figure out what it's listening to, and if you've been told what to expect, that's what you're going to pick out. So that's what makes that a bit difficult. But it is the most convincing of it could be something.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like with these guys, it probably is a case of they might have some very genuine evidence, but they will spin a narrative because they need to. It needs to be, it can't just be, we went to this expensively booked, abandoned prison. It's always, and there was a prisoner who committed this crime. So we're going to see if we can hear someone professing their guilt for stabbing someone, and miraculously a knife gets found, or I killed them, I stabbed them, comes through. It has to be a narrative. It's not just evidence.
Again, it's like for entertainment, because I don't think anyone would probably be that interested in if it was like our videos and nothing ever happened.
Well, exactly, yeah. We have to sell it on personality, is it? I think it'd be interesting to, if they've got any of their live episodes like recorded on, if there's any on YouTube on their channel or anything, be interesting to go through pick out some moments from a live episode and like react to that, because to me a live episode would be more interesting to see how it is different.
Well, I've seen a few lives on it that we could watch at some point.
Yeah, because an edited thing like where Carl goes into the room and you see the keg or the barrel rolling, that is like, they could have set that up, they would have had the time to do that, and it would have been easier to film everything and then cut out what you don't need, whereas a live is a lot more different. So I wonder if they get different kinds of evidence more frequently when it's live episodes versus when it's pre-recorded and edited. And that'd be interesting to look at. But no, love the show, but wouldn't class it as...
No, yeah, not legit paranormal.
Take it with a very hefty pinch of salt, I'll say that much, but enjoy it nonetheless.
Alright guys, so appreciate you watching our reaction to the most haunted best of. Let us know what you guys think, and obviously if you have anything you want us to react to in the future, please do let us know.
Also, if you have any, maybe on the off chance you have investigated with the team, let us know what you think about it, because I did see a comment in the video that we watched of a person who worked with Most Haunted for a long time. So if you have any information about how these guys work and what your thoughts are on their investigations and their evidence, leave that in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you feel about it. And if you yourself have had any similar experiences or been to the places that they've investigated, feel free to leave that in the comments below. We've done this is our second reaction now, and I'm sure there'll be more in the future, but if you want to check some more of these out, I'll leave an iCard so you can check out the full playlist. And if you wanted to see our investigations, because we do those as well, I'll leave another iCard so you can go through and see some of the evidence that we've collected, so you don't just think we're talking out of our ass. We have done this ourselves, and you can go and enjoy that if you check out. And we hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. Like the video if you did like it, leave us a comment, subscribe if you would like to, and we hope to see you again soon. Peace.
See you later.